Today we're going to talk about identifying even and odd numbers. An even number is a number that can be split into two equal groups. And if we count by twos, we end up with our even numbers. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And I'm just going to write a 0 down for 10. So any number that ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0 is going to be an even number. Now my odd numbers are everything that I didn't count up there. So in between the evens, between 0 and 2 is 1, then 3, 5, 7, and 9. So here are my even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. Here are my odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So whenever I want to identify an even number or odd number, I look at the ones place. This one is a 9. 9 is an odd number, so that is odd. When my numbers get bigger than just in the ones place, like this, 2,347, all I need to look at is just the ones place to figure out if it's odd or even. So I circle the ones place, and I can scribble out everything else in the number. I don't need any other digit, any other place to figure out if it's odd or even. So that number in the ones place is a 7. 7 is an odd number, so that number is odd. 8,654, same thing here. All I need to look at is the ones place. Everything else I can get rid of. So if that 4 is an even number, so that one is even. 2,390, circle the ones place, get rid of everything else, and 0 is an even number. And last one, 83, still do it the same way. I circle the ones place, scribble out everything else, because the only thing that matters in figuring out if it's odd or even is the ones place. Everything else I can get rid of, everything else I don't even need to look at. 3 is an odd number, and that 83 is also odd. So once again, an even number is something that can be split into two equal groups. If I have two things, I can split them equally between two people. Each person will end up with 1. If I have 4 things, each person will end up with 2. If I have 6 objects and split it into two groups, each group will end up with 3. If I have 8, each of those will end up with 4. So even numbers can always be split into two equal groups. Odd numbers cannot be split into two equal groups.